Hi, today I would like to talk about embryology. I revised my view on embryology a bit in the last few weeks. I got back to the roots Jaap van der Wal teaches, and I looked at it more in a holistic way again. And I would like to present I didn't find it out, but I just noticed. As I looked a bit more different at it or from an outside view. I call this integral embryology, which means integral means necessary parts of a whole. And this is exactly what embryology does. It has various parts that consist of a whole, and this right from the start after conception. As Jaap van der Wal says, the zygote, the fertilized egg, the zygote, is a holistic being. It's a multicellular being. Nothing is added from outside from the moment of conception till birth. So nothing is added to become a baby. It's self-assembly. It's like one of these Japanese origami papers that are folded, nothing is entered. You're not allowed to cut it, and you have to be very patient that the form turns out as it is supposed to be. So this is just a result of different folds, and it's not particles that are added. So the question is, who is the leader of the folding? Where does the power come from the folding? And as Blechschmidt said, there's growth resistance. Well, there are studies showing that if cells divide, or if any crystal molecules divide to a certain point, they don't necessarily just divide and stay as a sphere. They might become a spiral. But the folding and the embryo is a different thing. And it starts as this one cell, and then it goes through a lot of dividings, and then suddenly the folding starts. And in this process, from the zygote to the forming of an amniotic sac and a yolk sac, there's just cell division and cell differentiation. And here at this corner, so to say, the heart is developing, and the heart plays an important role in the whole forming and morphogenetic process. So the first thing that happens is that in the zygote, there's an invagination, and from the bilaminar disc here between the two sacs, the mesoderm is developing. You have the bilaminar disc in the middle of the two sacs. Oh, the ball is gone. And then you get in the, let's say now this is the bilaminar disc, and then the mesoderm is streaming in. The mesodermal cells move in. So there's a forming of a tube. This is the mesoderm flowing in. And then there's another folding. A folding transverse and craniocaudal. So we develop by invagination, folding, and refolding. And the power that leads to the forming, the reforming of this mass, it's just a liquid crystalline mass, it's just a fluided mass. This is quite essential. And mimicking the movement, you will see that the heart plays the role of a conductor, of a manager of an orchestra, so to say, that with the first heartbeat gives the rhythm of the ongoing folding and movement of the other cells, layers, and the ongoing development of tubes or folds or whatever the embryo needs to end up as a baby with head, trunk, and limbs. So if we look at it, maybe I demonstrate. If we look at it from an, as Blechman said, Gestalt point of view, we have the development of the heart. The heart develops outside the body, and it starts to beat. And then we have from the tube the folding, the transverse of and cranial folding. The brain starts growing. There are a lot of streams, a lot of vessels and bloodstream at the end initiated. The folding, the growing of the head, the huge heart, and then the folding of the embryo around the heart and from the head down. It's again an invagination process. At the same time, we get the transverse septum, which partly becomes the diaphragm, and then the urogenital system and the gut. It's moving down, and we get upright, so that this area, the pharyngeal area, gets free, and we are able to speak out of the heart that's moving in this process. So I hope you forget a bit about all these scientific steps that are often explained, like invagination, gastrulation, neurulation, and you see it as a self-assembly as a whole. And this powerful process, especially when the heart is at the 21st day, the heart starts beating and starts to make this rhythm, to syncopate, to orchestrate the whole process. You see how beautiful and how holistic, and I think it's centrally, as a harmony that is centrally played. And this is so fascinating about embryology. We all did this work. We all did this. We all became like this. From a multicellular being to a multi-tubal, multi-layer, multi-organ being with a central heart, hopefully dominating the processes in our life.